everybody, today I'm going to be talking about why I might quit fast food. Now if you're new here, say no, so stop ringing the bell. So I talked about fast food a little bit on the channel. I did a YouTube video like way back in like 2021 where I did a fast food tier list. But I kind of wanted to talk about this today because this is a little bit of a rant. So it's something that I'm not normally kind of doing for my YouTube channel, but I kind of wanted to talk about it. So yeah, let's get started. So, I feel like I might quit fast food. The first reason, in my opinion, is the price. 5 years ago, these prices were not even possible. Like, in terms of like fast food prices, it's the most expensive I've ever seen it. Even back in like 2022, it wasn't as bad. Like, I remember the last truly cheap year to get fast food was probably 2021 where I live. And there's a couple kind of examples I kind of wanted to share about why I hate fast food inflation so much. One of them is a recent thing that I think it was maybe this year or last year, that Wendy's was gonna do surge pricing, which basically the more busier the store is, the more expensive the items are. And there was a huge backlash to it. And I think the reason why is because people back then were already fed up with the fast food prices. And like Wendy's was making it worse. And I think they did kind of back down from it. I think they said something like if it's not as busy to lower the prices. But like they were not going to do that originally. I just didn't know how they thought that would go over well. Because surge pricing I don't agree with. I think it's just a horrible business model. But yeah, so Wendy's kind of did that, and McDonald's, I have something to say at McDonald's, because McDonald's I feel like is one of the worst culprits in terms of like expensive fast food. McDonald's used to be kind of one of the cheaper options, but now you are lucky to not spend more than $10 for a Big Mac combo. Like near me, it's like $13 now. And like I've complained about fast food inflation so many times, but I feel like it's really getting to the point where it's not really worth it anymore for the cost. But there is one brand I kind of wanted to talk about though that's kind of been the same, and that's Chick-fil-A. And Chick-fil-A is actually like a really good fast food restaurant. I used to not really like it because like I thought it was a little overrated, but I think it's really good in terms of fast food. And even though it's expensive, I feel like it's kind of stayed the same, at least where I live, through all this inflation stuff. I think it's stayed the same. Because last time I tried it, it was kind of the same prices. Chick-fil-A is like not as bad of a culprit with that. I just feel like eating at a normal restaurant is an easier option. Because like there's this place called Huey Magoo's near me, which it kind of is a fast food restaurant, but like not nearly as much as like KFC. You can get, I think it was like a 5-piece tender and like Texas bread, fries, and a drink for like $10, which like that's a cheap price compared to like KFC and Popeyes. Well, Popeyes not as much. They aren't as guilty of it, but whenever I tried to order something from KFC, it's so expensive. It was $9. I remember it was $9 2021, and now it's $15 for the same thing that I got.
So I got the 5-piece chicken tender meal, which was all of this was $9 in total.
So that's why I don't go to KFC anymore. But I just feel like eating at a normal restaurant is like better nowadays because it's a little bit healthier for you and like it's just cheaper. And another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is the meals that the fast food restaurants are trying to do. So I think you guys have noticed the kind of like the decent amount of companies who are like trying to lure fast food people back into the restaurants. McDonald's is doing I don't know if they're still doing it, but like they were doing a $5 meal where I think it's like you could get a McDouble or a McChicken with a small fry, small drink, and 4 chicken McNuggets. And I always knew that that $5 meal was a ripoff because you could get the same things, even like bigger portions 5 years ago. I feel like not really many people went back because they just knew this is bad portions. But I think the best one so far out of all these meals is Taco Bell's. I think it's like $7. I feel like with Taco Bell's, like you could get like a good amount of food for $7. I don't know if it's exclusive on the app. I feel like Taco Bell is the best at it. But I still think Taco Bell is not that great nowadays. Sorry I elaborated. It was mainly price that bothers me, but there's a couple more things on this list. And number 2 is it's addicting. So, like, I honestly think that fast food is like one of the most addicting kind of ways to get addicted to something, because like I feel like the withdrawals are kind of similar to smoking, like in somewhat vaping, not nearly as bad. I was addicted to fast food for a long time. Back when I worked at the old thrift store, I would go to fast food all the time, and like it was not good for my health, and I was gained a lot of weight that way. Because it's everywhere, that's the main thing, is that like it's so common to see like McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell. It's like it's everywhere. It's kind of like vaping in a way, because like vaping is everywhere now too, and it's kind of a same kind of addiction. Since it's everywhere and it's so in your face, it's almost impossible to not give in. I just feel like because it's so addicting, and then like I've had withdrawals, like seriously withdrawals. It might suck at first for people who are trying to quit fast food, but it gets better, and I've started to do that recently. And the main thing that I feel like is really kind of important is the health risks. So the health risks, everyone knows that fast food is bad for you. Everyone knows it. I've actually kind of looked into like what is in fast food, and it's not good. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but like it can cause like weight gain, heart problems, depression, anxiety, which that last one is actually true. Like, I heard this article that said if you eat too much carbs and not like enough protein and stuff like that, you could get depressed and anxious. Some people who kind of eat fast food as like a coping mechanism, like I feel like that's not the best for them. I feel like that's one of the biggest things, because I have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety like I think like 7 or 8 years ago now. Like, and like I might have ADHD too. I do get really bad anxiety and depression if I don't take my pills, which I do. Even before like fast food got expensive, it still wasn't great. And now I feel like a lot of the brands are doing shrinkflation, where like these portions were definitely not as big as it used to be. I think it's fine to have fast food every once in a while, but like I, for a while, really had it like almost every day. I think I'm moving forward, and I feel like I really don't get fast food anymore. And like I feel like that's really good for my health, because I mean like I'm not like a horribly unhealthy person. I've been starting to feel a little bit better since going to fast food in a while. But like I think the main thing for me is the price, because the same thing you could get 5 years ago, it's too much. And especially now that I don't have a job, like I don't want to spend so much money on fast food for something that's not worth it eventually. It's just not really good anymore. That's actually another reason, is that like the taste, like for what you get with the price, it's not worth it. Like the taste I feel like has gone downhill a lot. I mean, like fast food wasn't like always the best tasting food. It was a cheap way to get food. But I feel like especially after the pandemic, it seems like the food has really gone down in quality. I feel like McDonald's and Burger King are bad about that. And it's actually kind of funny, because Burger King, there's none near me, which is good because I do like Burger King's Whoppers better than McDonald's. Actually, the Burger King near me actually got demolished. The one where I got the surge back in I think it was the 4th vlog. The only items I feel like are still kind of okay with the prices, mainly McDonald's, is the drinks. The drinks are still, I think $1.89 where I live. I think it's different for other people though. The drinks at McDonald's are still affordable, but they definitely shrink them. Like I actually, for anyone who saw I believe my 3rd vlog, this is what the cup used to look like. I know I'm eating it without any sauce, but it seems a little dry. Yeah, there's automatic proof that they shrinked it. With the cups nowadays, like, they're just not as big as it used to be. So I have freaking proof that they shrinked it. So overall, I just feel like for my health, I'm moving forward. Like, I rarely have fast food anymore. Now, I don't know if that'll change when I get a job again, but I think the main thing out of all these 3 options are actually the price and the health risks are why I'm not eating fast food as much anymore. I mean, I'll still eat it every once in a while, but I've lost a lot of weight. Like, good amount of weight. Like, I think I'm 175 now, or 175 to 180. There was one point where I was 195, and I believe that was during the pandemic. For me, I'm kind of done eating fast food because I don't want to rely on fast food as a coping mechanism, and I know some people do that. So it's almost like a real drug. Like, I feel like because like all these other drugs are like illegal for people under 21, like vaping, marijuana, and smoking, it's kind of like a kid version of cigarettes and smoking and vaping. It just feels like it's kind of a different version of that. So yeah, so I feel like I am quitting fast food. I still feel like I just want to be done with it because I just feel like it's not worth it anymore. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a little bit of a different type of video, but I kind of wanted to talk about this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.